Hello everyone, this is Taria from Hidden Truth Tarot, and this is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, this is your monthly messages from Spirit for January 2020. Please keep in mind that these are channeled messages. This is an intuitive reading. I want to wish all of you Capricorns out there a happy birthday. This is your season. This is your time to shine. Now I'm using messages from Spirit. I will also be using the Energy Oracle along with messages from your animal spirit guides for the main spread. And I will be clarifying each of these cards with the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And I will be pulling a postcard for Spirit for you at the end of your reading. Alright, so let's get started here. Thank you, Spirit. What does Capricorn need to know in January 2020? Gratitude. All right. Beautiful energy right here. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Capricorn. What messages do you have for Capricorn? January 2020. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we have Magician in the Mirror. We have the Temple Path. And we have attachment coming through here. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Messages do you have for Capricorn? January 2020. Thank you, Spirit. We have Mountain Goat. We have Chimpanzee. And we have Cat. Love it. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Give me just a moment here. Okay. Let's start here. We have gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. Capricorn, I feel for some of you, there's a need to celebrate your achievements, your accomplishments, no matter how big or small that you feel that they are. I feel like you guys have had a lot of achievements, okay? But I feel like you're taking a look at it from a serious point of view. And what I mean by that is that you get so caught up on your path, what you're working towards, what you're wanting to build and co-create in your reality, that you forget to take the time out to, show that gratitude. And not doing it on purpose. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I feel like you guys are very busy. And, you are working very hard towards some goal here. And this could be your work. This could be your career, your business. This could be a spiritual journey as well. And you have to realize that even the smallest accomplishments matter. Okay? And when you can rejoice, I'm seeing that Three of Cups in my mind's eye here, where there's a need for you to celebrate it. Because when you celebrate and you show that joy and that enthusiasm for, like I said, no matter how big or small your achievements are, it opens up for you to be blessed with more abundance. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so we do have the Magician and the Mirror, and I love this. You guys are definitely doing alchemy, spiritual alchemy here. I feel like, you are embodying the energy of the Magician. You're manifesting and co-creating your reality. You want a desired outcome, and you're taking the steps and you're using the tools that's needed here to create that desired outcome, and you will achieve it. But like I said a moment ago, don't get so caught up and busy with what you're working towards that you forget to show that gratitude and rejoice with how far you've already come and what you've already achieved, because that's very important. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Magician and the Mirror. And you know, you guys, with this coming up here, I feel like a lot of you are reflecting. You're taking time out to really figure out which direction that is going to be for the betterment of your situation. I feel for many of you, you know exactly what you want. There may be a little bit of uncertainty right now as to how you're going to get there, but you have that end goal in sight here. And that's what's key, and that's what's important, seeing the bigger picture here. And knowing that you know what you want and you've taken those steps in the right direction to go after it, don't worry about what's in the middle. Okay, don't worry about the challenges and the obstacles that arise. Those are there as stepping stones, learning blocks. Okay, you learn from challenges and obstacles as you go, and those are things that you're meant to learn. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Magician and the Mirror. All right, we have the Four of Swords with the Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Very positive right here. Love it. Like I said, the Four of Swords. You're pausing and you're reflecting here. For some of you, there's a need to do so. There's a need for you to check in with Capricorn. All right? That goes back to the gratitude as well. Taking time out to make sure you're refilling your cup. Make sure that you have the rejuvenation that you need as well to be able to move forward along your path and along your journey. Some of you, it's definitely you're needing a temporary retreat here. Maybe just a time of pause and reflect, and it's going to be very important for you to listen to your intuition as well. Now with the Six of Pentacles coming up here, again, we're talking about balancing energies. And I see you doing this here with the Magician and the Mirror. I see that many of you are generous. You give to others. You help others. For some of you, there may be a need to make sure that between give and take, there's a balance here, because you want to be open to receive abundance and gifts as well. Know that you are just as worthy of receiving as what it is that you give to others, okay? And now we have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is just so powerful. This talks about being inspired, okay? Taking, positive, healthy risks for the betterment of your situation. I feel like things are going to start picking up very quickly for you. What you've been manifesting and co-creating, I feel like are going to start coming to fruition here. It's going to bring change into your life, into your current situation. And it's going to be very important that you embrace these energies, you embrace change, okay? Ride with the wheel, not against it. And just know that life is always changing. And it's how you choose to allow change to happen in your life as to how it's going to reflect in your situation, whether it's positive or negative. It's all the way you see it. When you embrace it and you ride with the wheel, that's you understanding that you are the master and the co-creator of your reality. Therefore, you're not blocked. You can embrace that change. Okay, if you look at it from a negative point of view and you're riding against the wheel, you're making changes more difficult in your life than they have to be. And this change that's coming in here, Capricorn, this is for the betterment of your situation. Thank you, Spirits. Love it. Positive energies here. So we have the Temple path. All right. Many of you are on a spiritual journey, and I want you to see all of these orbs that are lit up here. Whether you can see them or not, this is that energy that's around you 24/7. These spirit beings, the spirit realm never leaves you, okay? I feel for many of you Capricorns, you light up a room when you walk into it. You're vibrating on such a high frequency, high energy level here. And for many of you, you are reaching the point of mastery in some area of your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey here. Some of you may be thinking about branching out on a new path where you can learn more. There's always more knowledge to learn. and gather. Okay, that's why I am not a religious person. I study different spirituality ways of being, and I take what works for me and I leave what doesn't, and then I move on to the next. And I see some of you are going to be doing that at this time because you've already taken so much wisdom and knowledge with maybe a spiritual journey and path that you've been on, and now you're ready for something new. So that's what I'm seeing here as well. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Temple path for Capricorn. And this is amazing. You know, I'm definitely getting that moving out of adept energy into a mastery sage, balancing your feminine and your masculine energies as well. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Chariot with the Devil. That's your energy with the Queen of Pentacles. Love it. So the Chariot, this is the energy of Cancer. Again, you know, we were talking about a moment ago, you know exactly where you're headed, where you're going, Capricorn. You know what you want. All right? And this is you being in the driver's seat. This is you having complete control over your situation, the journey that you're on. You're going after what makes you happy here when this comes up, especially on a spiritual journey. Now we have the Devil, and this is your energy, Capricorn. I feel many of you have broken free. You've been triumphed over adversity right here. You faced your fears with the Devil coming up here. Whatever kept you bound, limited, or restricted, you're free now. You have the freedom, and the Chariot is all about freedom. Freedom of choice, having free will. And, you know, something may have been blocking or hindering you, but you've definitely broken free from this. And if you haven't broken free yet, you will be breaking free in January 2020. The Queen of Pentacles. All right, here you are, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. This is a powerful energy. For some of you, your spiritual journey, you know, Spirit wants you to know that all your tomorrows are going to be cared for and taken care of, okay? Especially when it comes to your finances. Some of you are taking classes, you're in Reiki, you're doing some type of spiritual journey that allows for you to be taken care of. And it's also allowing for you to lay a solid, unshakable foundation. Whether your spirituality helps and teaches others, that maybe brings in some financial income to you, whether you are on a spiritual journey and you have a career that's separate than that, you're on the right path here. You're building something here that's going to last. It's not going to fall. Okay? And this talks about how practical and down to earth you are and nurturing. You're very grounded at this time. Thank you, Spirit. So we have attachment coming up here. And it is the number 5. Number 5 represents challenges and obstacles. Again, this talks about how you choose to see those challenges and obstacles. Okay? Are you going to use it as a chance to gain knowledge, which therefore turns into power that you can use in the present and then in the future? It's kind of like you doing spiritual alchemy right here. As you can see, she is, got fuzz on me. As you can see, she is bound to this post right here. She's chained to it. And she's looking at that mask. Definitely, for some of you, there's something that has been limiting or restricting you. Now, for some of you, this is you carrying around a false mask because maybe you're afraid for people to see who you really are because of maybe you're afraid they're going to judge you. And I'm just going to say this right now. You guys always know I'm outspoken. And, you know, I really, it's all about your journey, not what other people think about you or how they perceive you. You're here to live your unique destiny, not anybody else's. And oftentimes when this energy comes up, I get a sense that some of you are dealing with people that aren't agreeing with what you're doing. They don't accept maybe the spiritual journey that you're on. Maybe they want you to have a different career or job. And I always say, you guys, you have to do what's right and what's just for you, not for them. You're not here to live someone else's destiny. You're here to live yours. Okay? Give me just a moment, Capricorn. Give me just a moment. Okay. If you're not hurting anybody and you're not hurting yourself, you're here to live your life. And oftentimes, maybe the spiritual paths or the career choices that we make, or, you know, they can cause conflicts with the people that we believe are closest to us, okay? But if somebody really loves you unconditionally, they're not going to try to hold you back. They're going to allow you to be you, okay? That's what I'm getting from Spirit right here. And for some of you, this definitely could be an addiction. Addictions come in many forms, okay? It doesn't have to be drug addiction or alcohol. It can be eating too much. It can be spending too much. It can be many, many different things. And that's going to be for a handful of you as well. So let's clarify and see what else I get here. You know, I just feel like you have to put up a false face in order to please others, and you know, you don't have to do that. You were meant to be who you were meant to be, okay? And I just, shame on people that when they want to judge or not accept you for who you are, based on your sexual preferences, your spirituality, your, what you want to go to and do as a career. A lot of times parents, they want their kids to follow in their footsteps. And, it's a shame because if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But if it's not, you should have that choice because this is your life. I hope I'm making sense here. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Attachment. And you're wanting to take this mask off. You have it off. And you're like, why? Why do I have to be treated like this? Why can't everybody just accept me for who I am? I mean, I can feel it. It's painful. Bless your hearts. We have the Moon. Love it. All right, the Three of Wands. And we have the Chariot again. You are going to be triumphant in this situation. The Moon, the energy of Pisces. Okay, this is powerful. Just know that you are being divinely guided. You're being guided through the darkness. For some of you, this attachment is definitely, going through that dark night of the soul type of energy, facing your fears, facing your shadow side, being, you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Some of you have already reached it and you're breaking free, you're coming out for the betterment of your situation and for yourself, okay? And there's going to be, it's very important that you pay attention to your dreams, signs, symbolism, and synchronicities as well. I feel many of you are in spirit communication, okay? You're receiving those messages, especially with the temple path here. You just have light beings surrounding you 24/7. We all do, but you are communicating with them. And I think that's what's helping you with this uncertainty of not knowing what's ahead, but knowing exactly what you want. You just may not know exactly how you're going to get there yet. You understand you are being divinely guided. Now we do have the Three of Wands coming up here. Many of you have really been putting a lot of time and effort in planting your spiritual garden, okay? And you're fixing to be rewarded here. I feel like whatever this energy of the attachment is, once you break free, you're really going to step into your power here. And, you know, you're going to have the sun shining. There's going to be a discovery of truths within you as well as other people and situations. And it's going to give you a glimpse at maybe where things were unclear, okay? But you are still continuing along your path because you know you're divinely guided here. But you're going to get a glimpse here into the future. And you're going to have foresight about what you've been nurturing, what you've been taking care of, and how you're going to get to that end goal. And what happens, you triumph over adversity again. Spirit says you've got this, Capricorn, with the energy of Cancer coming up here with the Chariots. You know, this is you moving away from those attachments, away from challenges and obstacles, and victoriously moving ahead. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Now we have Mountain Goat. There's something out of balance in your life. So do whatever you need to do to correct it. Okay? I feel like you already know what this is. This could come back to this energy right here. But I also feel with this coming up underneath the Magician and the Mirror, you know what this is and you know the steps that you need to take in order to balance this. Thank you, Spirit. You know, I'm also getting the energy of it's going to be very important for you to honor your feelings and your emotions, the good and the bad, okay? Give me just a moment. For some of you, I feel like these could be family problems, these could be relationship problems, this could have been any type of toxic situation, work environment. And you have things and toxic energy and people that you have to deal with, and you just keep putting it aside and just kind of like putting a lid on it, okay, and not thinking about it, not dealing with it, but on a subconscious level, it's really starting to brew and it's starting to stir up emotions and feelings within you, and that can bring, you know, some toxic energies into yourself, into your own energies here. And I really do feel like it's going to be very important for you to stand in your truth, speak your truth, honor your feelings, honor your truth, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. We have the Nine of Cups with the Two of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, there's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. For some of you, this out of balance, definitely we're talking about maybe there needs to be moderation, okay? Maybe with drinking, maybe it can be anything that you're doing in excess, okay? It needs to be balanced out here. And if that message is for you, you're going to know what that is, okay? Now, for others of you, I'm really getting a sense here that once you take action here with the Magician and the Mirror, and you take into consideration here what the root of the problem is, and then you start taking the steps to balance it out, you're going to have an energy of fulfillment, okay, come into your energy, how you feel. It's going to be a good feeling. It's almost, because this is the wish fulfillment card right here, this energy here. And for some of you, this is you understanding that what it is that you're going after, or the desired outcome that you're you know, creating, the change you're making, it is within reach here, okay? That's what I'm getting from this. It's going to require you to make a decision with the Two of Swords. And you already know what the decision is. Again, we're talking about maybe you not wanting to hurt someone's feelings by saying something, making a decision. Okay, and that could be why you're hesitating here. This is like being at a crossroads, Capricorn. You already know the answer. And Spirit says it's not going to, you're making more out of it than what it really is or what it has to be. And I know that's easier said than done. But once you take the blindfold off here and you make this decision, it's going to allow for you to break free. It's going to allow for you to balance your energies right here. Okay? And it's going to allow for you to move forward. For some of you, this is mastery. Okay? Well, this is for all of you, mastery. But the mastery is going to be different areas of your life. Some of you, this is spiritual mastery, what you're working towards here. Others of you, you could be thinking about mastery of hiring your education, like a master's degree. Others of you, this is, this talks about you being highly skilled. What you put your time and effort in on a daily basis, you rock it, Capricorn. Okay? For some of you, you're thinking about branching out on your own, doing something on your own, taking your skill, maybe making your own business out of it. Whatever this has to do with, it's definitely in your favor. You are definitely on the right path. You're being guided here by Spirit. And this definitely could be talking about making a move, standing in your truth. Maybe telling your mother and father, look, I'm going to do this with my life. Or this could be telling your significant other, your partner, look, I'm changing careers, or I'm going back to school. Okay, I'm going after something that's going to bring me complete fulfillment here. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. Now, very well, your energies could be out of balance here because you're not speaking up. You're not... you're holding yourself back because you're trying to live up to other people's expectations here. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Now we have chimpanzee. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. Okay, I love this. Capricorn, you guys are go-getters. You're very smart. And Spirit wants you to use your mind as well as your intuition. You're seeking an answer here. And it lies within you. Okay, I'm getting the High Priestess in my mind's eye right now. And it's going to be very important for you to step into that High Priestess energy. Step into your spiritual gifts here. And what's interesting is the temple path is, right above the chimpanzee here, where, you may have a problem you're dealing with. Again, we're going back to that Two of Swords energy. You already know the answer. It's going to be important for you to just go ahead and make the decision. Always listen to your gut instinct. When doing so, you are being divinely guided here. Okay, so if you've been doubting yourself, don't doubt yourself anymore. Okay? You've got these answers to your questions that's going to solve a problem within you. All the answers you seek are within you. Thank you, Spirit. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Cups. Again, we're talking about listening to your intuition. I feel like for some of you, this is a family problem or a relationship type of issue. You already know the answer. If you don't, there's a need for you to take a step back and pause and reflect on this, because you will find the answer within yourself. You hold that inner well of knowledge, okay, within each and every one of you. This is the happiest, one of the happiest energies in the tarot here, okay? This is right next up there with the sun in my opinion. So when this comes up here, you know, I do feel that whatever is going on, it's not a situation that's just involving yourself. It's involving others. Maybe your romantic partner, your husband, your wife, your kids. But you hold those answers within you, okay? There's a need for you to stand up for yourself. And, you know, like I said, we're going back there again. You're here to live your unique destiny, not somebody else's, okay? There's always an answer to and a solution to a problem. But, you know, especially when we're married or we have a significant partner, we have to be able to make compromises and meet in the middle halfway. Now, if that other person that you're with is not wanting to meet you halfway, bless your heart. I mean, that's just not fair, okay? And that's a whole nother situation that you're going to have to go within and pause and reflect on. Now we have the Six of Pentacles coming up here as well. Again, we're talking about balance here. For some of you, it's going to be important to you for you to use your intuition between a give and take relationship here. Somebody may be tipping the scales a little too much, taking advantage of your generosity right here. Okay? And it's going to be very important that you set some boundaries. This could also have to do with the financial situation, your job. Okay? Making sure that you have healthy boundaries set between people. You know, for some of you, this could be you having a business. Some of you, you know, definitely you need to make sure that you are doing what's best for you financially, okay, before you start giving out to others. Make sure it's balanced. I guess let me rephrase that. Don't be taking from yourself that you really don't have to give to others if it's going to put you in a bad financial situation, okay? Because that's not helping everybody in the long run. I hope I'm making sense here, okay? Listen to your intuition. It's coming up here again with the Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This talks about you being very, very sensitive, Capricorn. And when I say sensitive, this is that psychic energy that's flowing through you. This is you tapping into that energy, listening to your gut, listening to your intuition. Okay? Now, for a handful of you, if you're open to it, if this is what you want, you may be thinking about starting a new romance or new relationship, maybe moving in with someone, maybe even getting married. There could be a beginning of a relationship here as well. But it's interesting that it shows up clarifying the chimpanzee, which talks about use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. You know, you could have a significant other or a new beginning of a relationship where somebody has been taking advantage of the situation, okay? And, you know, Spirit wants you to take a step back and really pause and reflect and make sure that you guys are meeting each other halfway, okay? And that this relationship isn't out of balance. Thank you, Spirit. Now we have Cat, domestic. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency on others, okay? You know, the cat represents being independent, okay? Surviving on your own. Not being dependent on anybody else but yourself. For some of you, you're leaving the nest for the first time. Or maybe it's the second time. Maybe it's the third. Maybe you've been roommating with someone. Maybe this is a relationship that didn't work out and you're ready to be independent and it's time to move on. It's time to move out on your own. And Spirit says you've got this, Capricorn. You can do this. Some of you may be planning to move a long way from home as well. You could have recently received a career opportunity and you're moving to another state or maybe even out of the country. Just know that you can do this and that you've got this. I really don't feel a sense, Capricorn, that you are dependent on others. That's just not Capricorn energy. You guys are very independent, okay? Very resourceful. But at the same time, if you're leaving the nest for the first time, or if you had complications leaving the nest for the first time and you had to move back home, or you had to move in with family or friends to get back on your feet, Spirit is saying if you've been maybe hesitating, now is the time to go ahead and move forward. Go ahead and strike out on your own. Maybe it's time for you to strike out on your own and go after your dreams, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, very significant. Aha, love it. 9 of Cups. All right. Thank you, Spirit. We have Death and we have the Ace of Cups. Amazing energies coming up here. The 9 of Cups, definitely. You know, this is you going after a dream or a wish fulfillment. Being independent, going after something that does bring you fulfillment and joy, satisfaction, a sense of completion here. Being able maybe to buy your first home, maybe move out for the first time, or, you know, maybe giving something a second try here. You're going after your happiness. You're realizing that it is within reach here. This is you realizing that it's going to take you being independent, being self-reliant, and this is you knowing that you can do this, that you can achieve this. Especially with Death coming up here, the energy of Scorpio, this is going through major transformation. This is you letting go of anything that's really been holding you back or hindering you. This is you dumping emotional baggage and transitioning into a new beginning. It's like the butterfly in the cocoon. You're breaking free out of the cocoon. You're emerging. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes as well. It's a new way. And it's really, you know, I feel like this is a sense of happiness for you. A new beginning where, you know, your cup is going to be runneth over here. Because for many of you, you're going to be blessed for all the effort that you've put in with what you're building, what you're working towards. You're going to be refilled here with your cup, rejuvenated. I feel for many of you, this is endless opportunities and blessings that are going to start to come your way. Doors are going to start opening up for you because you took the time out to be patient with yourself. You took the time out to become one with your higher self, and you're going to be rewarded. Thank you, Spirit. It's really going to allow for you to be independent. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What extra messages do you have for Capricorn? Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we have it. Dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one which you were a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you, Capricorn. That's a beautiful energy. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Capricorn, I love each and every one of you with all of my heart. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how these energies are playing out in your situation. I send you all my love, wishes, and blessings. Happy birthday. This is your season. It's your time to break free and shine. All right, Capricorn. Bye-bye.